Hi and welcome to Busted Knuckles. I'm Steve Belaire and I'm your host. Got a great show lined up for you today, so stick around. You're gonna love it. Well, first I'm going to pull the primary off of my shovel. Can't say everything went as planned, but I got most of it done. Okay, so next I'm gonna remove the primary. So let's see. I gotta move this guy. First thing I'll do is let the oil out. Pretty sure it's got oil because it's dripping right from the plug. So there's the drain plug back here. Hi boys, watch out for my camera. You can help Dad? Oh, thank you. Yeah. Wait, let's go. Okay, where's your brother? Go and play. Go play. Okay, lay down there because you're in the way. No. There, okay. You're still in the way. Come over this way. There you go. Okay. Hi, Brett. Coming to get your brother? Go and play. Get him. Just got all kinds of garbage on the magnet. That's filthy. How we go? Oh, still covered. Oh, what a mess. Ha! What's the tensioner? I guess. Oh, why is that loose? Oh. Oh, brand new plates it looks like. Nice. Okay. Let's go. Okay. That's a huge bolt. There's a clutch holder. Flywheel holder. I need a clutch holder, or flywheel holder. Okay, so next the Indian Motorcycle Riders Group of Winnipeg have their first annual Ride for Rescue in support of the Winnipeg Pet Rescue Shelter.
Okay, hi, I'm Carla Martinelli Urban, and I'm the founder and director of the Winnipeg Pet Rescue Shelter, Manitoba's first registered charity no-kill animal shelter. And this is
Jim Small, and I'm the director of activities for the IMRG, that's the Indian Motorcycle Riders Group of Winnipeg, chapter 1991. And chapter approached me early last year to say they wanted to do something for the community, an event like this, and keep it in this community because we're also tied to the dealership, which is the Headingley Sports Shop. And so we kind of looked around at some of the charities that would be possible candidates, and I was so fortunate to meet Carla and find out a little bit more about what she does and the credible and wonderful and powerful work that they do to save animals. And of course the bikers, we're all animal rescue people. We all have adopted pets, so we love our pets, and so it was a great mix. It was a great fit, and so we started planning this I guess March of this year, and it's August 10th today, and a beautiful day.
Do we have a beautiful day? We're so delighted that Jim contacted us on behalf of the IMRG. We realize 100% on donations to the shelter. We are full capacity. We are full capacity with puppies and kittens. We treat the injured and the unwanted sick. We have over 300 animals on the waiting list to get in. So I'm really, really proud of the work that we do. We take care of them. We keep them. There's no time limit imposed on their stay, and we keep them until loving homes can be found. So it's been great. This is our first motorcycle ride for rescue. I'm super, super excited about it. I think we've had a wonderful turnout already for our first ride, and I've got this man to thank on with his group. They've really, really put a lot of work into getting this up and going, and it's really, really delightful to have this today.
Very nice. I have to say I was really impressed when I pulled up and how many bikes are already here.
Oh,
right
I
at 10
know,
o'clock.
for our first ride.
I didn't know it was your first ride.
Yeah,
That's
first
awesome.
ever, yeah. So we're really excited
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
So where are you headed?
Well, we're going to go up the old 26 highway through St. Francis and to Poplar Point, and the first poker stop, because it's also a poker derby, will be at Portage, Tim Hortons West, in Portage La Prairie. And then from there, the riders will go down to Carmen to Sills, and that's our second check stop. Sills and Carmen, and then the third one will come up to Oak Bluff, and that's our third sort of check stop. And then from Oak Bluff, they're going to come back here for 4 o'clock. We're going to have a great barbecue from.
So the Headingley Grill is donating all the food for the Winnipeg Pet Rescue Shelter event here, and that's terrific. And they're opening up a new facility, a new restaurant right beside. They have the best food, so please check them out as well.
Oh, wow. Nice.
It's great, yeah. So all of the money raised here today is going to help the animals at the shelter, and we need the help. We need the help. We don't get any government or city funding. We rely strictly on the kindness and generosity of good corporate people and individuals like Jim and his group.
Nice, very nice. What's your website in case people want to, adopt a puppy or?
Yeah, that's wonderful. You can check out the animals as well. It's www.petrescueshelter.com. They can call the shelter. It's 832-PETS. It's a nice and easy number to remember. And they can check us out on Facebook as well. We've got lots and lots of animals available right now. Kittens like crazy. We've got over 97 cats and kittens at the shelter.
We just rescued a kitten like 2 weeks ago.
We know you're allowed to buy, I'm just saying. So come back in and visit. So there's lots of them there. So
That's
just come in
nice.
anytime.
Yeah, oh, that's wonderful. What a great team up. I
Thank
think
you,
you guys
yeah.
are going to do wonderful work together.
And this was a team effort. That's a good point, because all of our members just got behind it and volunteered and contacted me and said, what can we do? How can we help? Where can we go? What do you need us to do? So it's a great bunch of folks, and we all know each other. We know our partners. We ride together all over the place, and it's such a great group of people to be associated with, the Indian Riders Motorcycle Group.
And it was wonderful for us because we were able to make friends with a lot of these people, and they are good, kind, decent people. So we're really thrilled to be affiliated with them.
Nice, very nice.
You can see we built a friendship.
Yes, and where can they find you?
Well, we have a Facebook page. It's just IMRG1991, and that's the local page. Also on the Headingley Sports Shop page, you can find us. There's a little bit of a rider's guide there that you can go to. And you can check us out there. And we always have photos of our rides. We weekly ride every Wednesday. We go to different places around the city. We go south to like Carmen and Winkler and Morton. We go east to Steinbach and Beausejour. We go into the Interlake to Gimli and places like that. And we ride to Portage on a weeknight ride on Wednesdays. Kickstands up at 7. We leave from the Tims out at Westwood here on Portage Avenue. And then we depart, and we have pickup spots along the way, because some of our members are south of Winnipeg, some are north, and all over, so we have pickup spots for everyone, and so we don't leave anyone behind. And we promote the kinship, but we also promote safe, friendly riding, so it's a fun time, and it's a great group to be a part of.
Anybody welcome?
Everybody's welcome. We all mostly ride Indian motorcycles, but we have friends that ride other brands of motorcycles, and we're always welcoming new members. Hopefully we can convert them and get them into our shop here behind us and help Headingley sell a few bikes, but at the end of the day, if you ride 2 wheels, you're welcome to come and check us out.
Yeah, you're never going to convert them if they don't come, right?
Yeah, exactly. And once they ride on an Indian, they will want to ride on an Indian.
They're going to hire you. Yeah, and you know what, it is true, but we have an Indian as well, and I can't drive it, but it's a wonderful, beautiful ride. It's just a great bike all around.
And they're gorgeous bikes.
All the goodness that are gorgeous, yes.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Is there anything else you want to add?
If people are interested in adopting, please come on down. And there's also other ways you can help. We need Canadian Tire money. We go through 500 pounds of puppy cat litter a week. Anything cleaning products we use. Those beds that you want to buy a new bed for a dog. We always use that. There's just so many injured and unwanted. So please come on in and visit us at the shelter at 3062 Portage.
Perfect.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that was wonderful.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so next we're going back to Guy Anthony's, working on the seat for a motorcycle. It's just amazing. You're just gonna be amazed. Check this out.
Now it comes to my pattern.
Oh, use a bag for your pattern? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm divulging some secrets here, but whatever. I'm following.
Still have to have the talent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's pattern making, and this is right out of fashion. This is called drape. It's when your model is standing there, and you basically
Drape it right over.
Fabric. Hey, and this is my model standing here, and I'm now going to drape the foam.
Ah.
This idea actually came to me from a German leather magazine. It was all in German. The magazine was given to me by somebody who went to Germany. It was full of Hein Garrick. It was actually, it was a Hein Garrick catalog. And they were featuring a designer who built race suits. And the photograph was a guy sitting on his bike, and there was this guy, the designer, wrapping tape around his arm to create, he had all his armor on, and he's wrapping tape around his armor to get the exact position. So when he's in this position, it feels great.
Oh my God.
And then when he stood up, it's like he can't stand up.
Right, but it's perfect for when he's on the bike.
When he's
Wow.
then you have one of those.
Well, it becomes your canvas.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you still have to do a lot more than just tape, obviously.
Oh yeah, this is only the first step in the pattern making. But that's really the idea for me.
What a great idea!
Yeah, it came from fashion, and again, and then what he's doing is draping. He's draping this. It's not a runway model; it's a guy racing, racing around.
Right.
At Nuremberg. So he that was a brilliant idea. Should have moved to Germany.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody use that technique before.
Well, I've seen some guys fight with pattern making. They'll take a piece of paper and cut it and try and fit it.
Yeah,
and then they'll get another piece and try and suffix that together. And it's just like, you're creating components and then making them fit the body. Like, just build the components right off the body. So now I'm trying to not economize, but just realistically create pattern pieces. So I'm going to have a seam here.
Oh, okay.
To separate this monster seam. And it'll help create a curve as well.
Frig, is that ever cool? That is friggin' cool, man.
This is why my seats turn out nice.
Nice. I am so amazed. That is awesome. It doesn't even collapse. It like it keeps the shape and everything.
Yeah,
wow.
It does because of the inherent structure. And when I sew this together, when I sew the vinyl together, same thing. It'll stand there on its own, and then I pull it over top and staple it, and it's like,
It fits.
fuck, it looks fucking really good, guy. And this is why, because the pattern, everything is a pattern. It's not about stapling. It's not about, well, you got to know how to sew. I'll say that, you got to know how to sew, but the pattern making, the foundation is everything. The blueprint, and then after the seat's done, goes in the garbage. Because
every bike is different.
Every single seat is different. But now, getting back to that compound curve at the back here.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to cut this and see how flat it lays.
Oh, and if it's flat, that'll be the shape of that piece.
Yeah, then I'm done. If it doesn't want to lay down as flat as I'd like it to, then I'll have to maybe make it another seam. But I think it'll be okay. Yeah. That's within. I think it's reasonable. Not a mess. Like there's an absolute reason for this compound curve here, because it goes up, and it's like a compound curve. It does this and this.
Yes.
It curves on both axes.
So I would think this would be the hard one.
Yeah, that'll be the one that needs to be there for sure, because it dips up in this. Yeah,
oh, that one's not bad, eh?
Crazy. Oh no, that alterate. But you see how these don't line up at all.
So you gotta mold it while you're putting it together.
Yeah, you have to. And this is pattern making 101. And when I went to college and studied fashion technology and design, flat obviously was where you would have to end up from drape.
Yeah, because everything starts from flat.
Fabric is all flat. Yeah, it's not like soapstone or something where you're starting off with a three-dimensional object and you're just going to modify that three-dimensional object. There's no three dimensions in vinyl or leather or anything. It's all flat. So that's the trick, is to have a flat. And then this little, I just do that because I'll be easing that in when I go to sew it. Then I have to sort of ease it in, which is a sewing technique.
To use up material.
Yeah, to create curve and shape. Make sure it's symmetric. Symmetric enough. This could be a little more curvy here, so I'm going to retape it and just cut this closer. So I'm going to salvage this piece now and use it as one of my pattern pieces. The backing piece, the piece that you don't see, the piece that gets stapled to the underside. And then I'll be cutting it with some what I consider Harley vinyl.
Some Harley vinyl, do ya?
Well, it's the same plate,
same thickness,
the same sheen, the same wrinkle pattern,
okay.
The same shade of black. I'll show it to you right away. You'll be amazed at how close it is. But yeah, you can see the match is bang on.
Holy crap! Look at
the linear wrinkle.
Yeah.
Same stuff. So I spent some time trying to find the right black at my distributor, which wasn't that tough, but instead of having a seam there, I'm going to have a seam at the front and the back. It just makes it easier. And now, of course, because it's a knit underneath as a backer, there's a certain stretch to it, and there's a stability to it. So, like all fabric, it stretches across the bolt. So I'm going to exploit that stretch in a way that I can utilize it. Because if this, this is going to bubble
stretching
out.
This out, you want to be able to stretch it.
Yeah. So it's going to bubble out nicely.
Right.
If I run it this way, I'm only going to get a bubble. I'm only going to have this much space for it to stretch. Whereas if I run it this way, I have this much space for it to stretch.
Oh, okay.
Which allows that stretch to be, you know, just distanced over 24 inches instead of 6 inches.
Got ya.
So that's, you know, when you're cutting your vinyl, you just can't cut it all willy-nilly. You have to have a reason. And you, like I said, you can exploit that stretch factor. You could run it on a bias and get even more stretch.
Ah.
But then your grain gets a little...
Yeah, you can see the grain.
Like the grain in the vinyl. So I try and keep everything fairly collinear, and you know, I respect the grain.
Got ya.
So here, this really doesn't matter. This is a flat piece, so it could go either way. But because there is a grain to the vinyl embossing, then I follow that and make sure everything lines up. And that they're all precision, they're all precisely done. So this is what makes. And so these are going to stretch. Yeah, run them this way. And then you want to make sure you're cutting out left and right, not just to left. That's the way it looks good. A little bit of tension on that, and that curve just comes right.
Nice. Look at that.
So, and then sewing it to that other piece underneath that goes on the on the facing side, on the back side, and that'll make a tickety boo. That, then I need the deck, and then you just go in the garbage after. That's what I like too. Bye-bye. New pattern, new seat, new day, new idea.
Wow, was I right? Was that something? That was a great show, eh? Well, hope you come back next week. We got another great one planned. Take care.